we all know and love.
All right, happy holidays. Today, we're going to be playing a little bit of the new Bravo and Silver Age. I noticed there was a couple of Flattering Showman lists that had popped up. We have Arthur's and we have Mariano's. So I kind of want to compare those real quick. I need to build these out. Let me move this out the way and we'll take a look. This one had Anathos. And music down. We had Anathos, Blade Beckner, and Civic Duty. Civic Steps, Gauntlet, Northern Richter Scale, Titan's Fist, Stillbraid Buckler, so almost done there. Blade. And then Nolan. Okay, that looks right. And then it's going to be like a bunch of the standard stuff that you'll generally see. I have found. Like Boulder Drop, Choke Slam, Debilitate, Crash and Bash, Disable. You know I love Disable for sure. Edge of their seats. This card has been seeing a lot of play. And it's pretty solid as well, because especially in something like this, you can arsenal your threat, play this out, and then when it's going to happen, you just send a bunch of dominated damage, which is pretty sweet. Fault Line, and then Staunch Response and Unmovable were the last red. And Arcane Polarity in his list. One Immovable, and then one Arcane. Okay, pitch 2. It's all Guardian stuff, so that's life a little bit easier. It was a 1 yellow Boulder Drop, class of chests. I'm going to kind of analyze this a little bit as well as we go through, like what the plan was for this. Active Warrior, super sweet card, 1 Aftershock.
There's a vixen in there
We
somewhere.
gotta change.
I know there is. Alexa?
Gotta change the playlist because I'm getting ads. Need to get YouTube Premium. Okay, let's see. 1 Aftershock. Got the Boulder Drops, basically. Almost playing a full set. Pretty sweet. Debilitate. Disable. edge of their seats. Flatten the field. Just kind of reading what the card got. Macho, Thunderquake, and 1 Towering Titan. So what I'm seeing here is the blue base is very consistent and it won't change, which makes a lot. All right, let's move on to Mariano's. Then that way we can actually compare the lists. Good. All right, so this one had a Bastion just for the flex. Civic, 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 Civic. Complete Civic set. And I think that's kind of cool. Just aesthetically pleasing to me. Only 1 Null Rune and then playing a Sledge. The Fist. Right, so. Kind of interesting. You've been seeing 3 Null Rune in like basically every Guardian deck possible. So that leans towards, do you even need the Null Rune? Now, I believe they both placed in the, at the same rating. I don't know who was higher, but I think they were both like 5th through 8th. I'll verify that in a second. Get through getting the rest of this. Disable. This one has a pummel, so Arthur's didn't have pummel. Then Staunch. Oh, Staunch. Test of Might in this, as well as Test of Strength, Test of Vigor, and then Unmoved. So Test. So every test possible, and then Unmovable. I don't believe there was any yellow block cards in this. Yeah, it's just all blue pitch. Shout out to Blue Pitch, the goated team. So now we're just gonna crush cards that were in both. It just makes sense to play these crush cards, right? Even if the text is like basically irrelevant a lot of times. Staunch Response Blue is in this list. I do love some Staunch Response Blue. Thunderquake, Thunk, Blue Unmovable, and Wallop. So Wallop makes sense because you're playing more of the test cards, so you can actually benefit off of that a little bit more often. Okay. So now that we have both of these lists, we can take this, do a compare with other lists here. So if you guys haven't used this tool, this is obviously a very good one. I do use this quite a bit. So obviously we see some deviation in the equipment slots here. A lot of them are highlighted, but then you are getting 1 Arcane Polarity, no edge of their seat in Mariano's list. Active Glory is the pick. Mariano's versus Edge of their seats. No Staunch Unmovable in Arthur's. So a lot less defensive in Arthur's, yet there's pummel in, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one, I think. No, that's right. A lot more D-reacts in this one. Interesting. All in all, pretty close. The baseline is kind of there, but all this being said, this is the decks are not solved. There's many ways to build these. So thought process behind these: what are these sideboard cards, right? Obviously these are going to be sideboarded depending on what matchup you're going to be playing. But in general, I believe this is likely the baseline equipment if you're playing against aggressive lists. kind of low to the ground, you're taking out these D-reacts, right? So yeah, that makes complete sense. Complete sense. The math is there. You play against wizards, so let's see. Let's do generic aggro. That's what this is. Then we have wizard. So our arcane based matchups. That here, so that's going to be you, and you. Going to be playing Anathos into that. What I have noticed is there's not a lot of Zealous belting floating around in these lists. But you have enough evasion that it's generally fine, right? So here, I don't want to react against wizards, obviously. So in this case, I suppose it's just cut one of these, right? Clash of Heads or something along those lines. That's pretty simple as well. Match with a Guardian. We make one for that. That's where it gets kind of interesting, right? So I think the Guardian matchup, you're likely to use Richter Scale and Anathos more. Potentially. I don't know if there's an easy way to turn this on. Arthur's just like too big brain for me. But yeah, against Guardian, we want to do reacts, and then we're going to be cutting. What are we cutting? Maybe the Boulder Drop. A couple of these blues, or reds, I mean. Because we can't go any lower. 22 is like pretty low end overall. I think Fault Line is a actually pretty decent card. I'm kind of like reserved on the sense like I don't really want to be cutting a lot of these crush, but you have plenty in the deck. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 22 total crush. So if you go down to 50-50 by cutting this, you get to keep your edge of their seats. Yeah, I'm curious like how you're getting immense value out of this Anathos. I'm trying to figure out. I did say I was going to look at their placements. So let me do so. Yeah, both Mariano and Arthur got 5th. For sure. There wasn't old. Well, just kind of interested in seeing what that looked like. Here with you guys. This is the Oldham list. Pretty aggressive list. This is kind of interesting. Anyway, but yeah, we see that these two here, these two lists, and I'm pretty sure this is the only list that I've seen on the fabtcg like main site. But these are very notable names, right? So it's definitely worth looking at. All right, doing the same kind of analysis on Mariano's. We're playing against aggro. We don't want these. We're just playing all of this. This is very, very aesthetically pleasing. Just having like full Civic is kind of sick, right? Then you have a bunch of sideboard space here too. So if you're playing against the aggro decks and you don't want these, you have some room to be able to cut like the staunch and whatnot too. But I think likely in the aggro, this is probably what's happening. It's cutting this or cutting one of these staunches. Makes sense. Then into Guardian Mirror. This makes more sense for this, right? So Test of Might, these like clashes aren't as good into the mirror, I would guess, right? So being able to trim down on some of these, probably pretty decent. Because giving extra resources in the mirror might not be that good. But all the blues need to stay, all the D-reacts need to stay. This is the reason you play this. And then the pummel is definitely something that I would want as well. So it only makes sense to me that you want some of these gone. So I think it's kind of free to keep one of these. You give them a gold, it's like whatever, right? The way I generally build decks is I have pretty clean like board math. I don't have like the extra one-ofs and weirdness going on like almost ever. So I guess against the wizard, obviously we're playing this Arcane Polarity. We wouldn't want the block cards, right? But we had to play one. I think that's one thing I missed on the wizard matchup here, is we still have Crash and Bash, so we need... Clash of Heads, Crash and Bash, or... like that. I don't know, are the wizards in this format generally pretty like split? Are they like a Bolander-esque? I would think probably. As of right now, I'm leaning towards this list. I think it makes a lot more sense on a ratio standpoint to me. There's only 4 things that you have to mess with, so I'm gonna start with this one. We'll get after it, see if we can get some wins. What's up, Burst Flames? Alright, J.E. Playing against Terra. I love the Terra deck in this format. I think he's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So again, I think you just play it like the Guardian matchup here with all of these, cutting out some of this stuff. Let's see. So any of this make more sense to play? Not really. I think this is fine. All right, let's try it out. Wizards are rare. I mean, it's all Rune Blades and Guardians, yeah. So it makes more sense that you're on AB1 if you're playing against a bunch of Rune Blades. You get a lot more sideboard equity when you do it that way. So that's something that could be considered if we were to take this list as a baseline and sub out the 2 Arcane Barrier here for something else, you know, like an extra Arcane Polarity. So Arcane Polarity is good against the Rune Blades too. I should make a button for that. Yeah, all Guardians are super strong, for sure. What's happening here? Okay. So Clash of Arms, Clash of Heads going in here. There's no way I can play this out, obviously. So I think it's easy enough to say, like, we don't really want this. So I'm gonna block with that. I don't think it super matters which one you block with. Second card. I think it's easy to block with the Flattering Titan for sure. This allows us to at least Anathos if we want to play this out. Gotta edge their seats, so yeah, this makes more sense to me to play edge. No attack with the Anathos. I'm edging. Okay, yeah, there's a little bit more synergy with it. I'm playing with it. Thunderquake. I don't remember what they pitched. This is mirrored. How do I change this? I haven't played Talistar since last week. So, or a week before that, actually. Give me this card back. And don't mirror the opponent board or player board. Yeah. Starting to get a little too much going on with this, like too many do reacts. So I think it's easy to staunch this, attack Anathos again. Keep the deck density up, right? How that like super matters. This is the way I play IRL, by the way. So I guess theirs wouldn't be mirrored too. Yeah, this is the way it always works for me. A little more natural. Here's your question now. I thought Sledge was better for the mirror, so why Anathos? Well, we haven't lost value on Anathos, like, at all. So, it plays better with this, like, edge of the beats cards and stuff. And if you're over pitching anyway, as long as you don't have double blue, it's fine. See, this is like a situation where I want to play this, but now I have a hard time actually capitalizing off of the Anathos, right? So having the Sledge here would be probably a little bit better. So this is coming in for 7. Guess I could boulder drop. I don't hate that. Okay, so now the boulder drop is going to come in for 8. Could have been 9 if another red or something. Okay. I think I'm willing to arsenal something like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and launch, pitching the Macho. I'm gonna overpitch to the Anathos arsenal this, and then keep this for second cycle, probably. This is something interesting too, is you can flip the arsenal up, whether or not it is crush is the secondary effect on the second sentence. So you can still get the value out of this card, which is really neat. I don't know how good of a play this is. I'm not in love with it, but honestly, I think it's fine. Then I can cycle this into the arsenal as well. A little clash of heads action. Alright, well, rip me, I guess. Should have blocked with this, knowing that I was going to block with the clash of heads. Well, I wouldn't have known that in the previous turn, because this was a new hand. So I activate here. I'm going to send him for 8. Can't wait to see what you do with this deck. And I need deck ideas for my shiny Bravo. Yeah. I'm going to play around with him. Bravo is my favorite hero for sure. So I think the deck is like pretty close to solved on like a baseline. Like you just play all the best crush effects, right? You slam that and that's like 20 something cards in your deck. And then the rest is just like kind of filtering what you need for sideboard and like different tech options. Whether you want Pummel, whether you want Zealous Belting. Like, I would love to play some Zealous Belting in this, especially if I'm on Anathos. I think it makes a lot of sense. So that's something I would potentially consider on, if I were to cut a couple of AB. It's like maybe putting in Zealous Belting to get some value out of this. Pretty neat. This is actually a super interesting playline. Because now I can block 1, 2, 3, right? Then I get to reveal off a Crash and Bash. I have 2 effective resources, and then I get to debilitate for 2. No, I still need 1 card in my hand, right? So, need 4 to activate this. I'm gonna go ahead and block with this. Took a lot of damage to... Not too much damage, now they're gaining life. So now I can do this. I'm in for 10. Good Guardians and Sage. Almost I don't like Pummel with Showman. I honestly don't think it's necessary. Like, Pummel is nice here and there, but like it's not as good of a card when you don't have like Tunic or Blossom. None of these decks are really doing that. Steadfast, interesting. $27 versus my 26. I should have blocked with this probably. Ready. Man, yeah, I should have blocked with it. Because of these Clash cards, I've lost 2 value off of this. It could be at effective 15. The other nice thing about Anathos, it does allow you to have plays like this, where you just 1 card 4, which I do like. If you get to a late game state, you will win more games with Anathos because of that. Like if you get to like 1-1, they have to give 2 cards to stop this, whereas I also have to give 2 cards to stop Sledge. It's the same difference, but I only have to exhaust 1 card, and then I get a free arsenal, right? I think I'm gonna start setting up the edge of their seat. I'm gonna play it now, so it starts to tick down and I can Richter scale. So just 7, so I can give here and here. And I can even, so I have some pummel protection, I can still do this. I don't have pummel protection, actually. In a way, I do. I suppose I can still play this, I just won't be able to activate. What's the per math here? So I can play, pitch this, I have 4, I get free resources from that. I'm gonna aim to do this. I'm gonna just assume they don't have pummel, because of the amount of like D-reacts and stuff that he's been pitching. This is for Gigantor damage. About the same that leave the deck choice sometimes. Used for pummel, I also don't enjoy the 2 blocks. So pummel works with Anthos pretty well. It also works with Sledge pretty well. I would specifically want it for like the mirror, the majority of the time. Just because there's like 0 for 4 D-React, so it's kind of hard for them to completely commit to that, right? So, what the fuck is happening? How do you give so much cards? So I guess it's, yeah. I like these new animations that they have for the pitch. I think it's pretty cool. Also, valid point on the hammer. Just gonna pick the brain of the guy that's been playing Guardian a long time. Is good at it. I played it a long time. I haven't played it consistently the past like year, unfortunately. Got him to 3, which is pretty nice. Is there anything here that we want to potentially do? I mean, not really. There's not a lot happening here. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna arsenal this. We can also just potentially like hurt him really bad. Damn. You missed every single clash. That's so wild. Alright, just 4. Their clapback isn't like super scary, so. A little bit scarier now. Still not terrible. I like to play the D-React in Arsenal, so what we're doing is not like that insane to them. I think this is a more disciplined play to block with this instead of taking extra damage for no reason. I mean, your skills ain't there. It's like riding a bike. That's right. That's right. Again, I wholeheartedly expect another D-React. Because they've only used like 1 staunch step fast. So, yeah, they got plenty. For sure. Yeah, Oasis versus. So. Hyper fatigue. Alright, this is where it gets pretty interesting. I would like to attack twice. I think it's possible. But it requires me to go to 1. And that's kind of silly. When I don't, like, get an arsenal out of it. So... I'm just gonna waste the quicken token at this stage. And go in for 11. I think we're out of defense reactions as well. So I'm being a little bit conscious here. We don't just die to like a macho. What is the likelihood they have something? Pretty high. Got turn timber. They're about to arsenal another turn timber. We know that. So this is going to be a block for 7 here. So we can't present lethal. It's not possible. Disable is kind of hard to play without having like crash and bash. We're just slowly getting chipped. 11 to their 7 plus 3. They have brutes here too. This is not looking great. Yeah, they just have way too many cards. So I think we've lost. Should have been a little bit more aggressive. Losing value on the armor as well. That's just something that I'm not super used to at this. Losing every clash also wasn't good. So here's that turn timber we know about. The value. We have one really cool turn. It's kind of sweet. Yeah, we're just fatigued here. There's nothing we can do, I don't think, to stop them. It's possible. I'm not gonna just like, flat out concede. It's still possible, but we really have to just kind of almost get lucky that they don't have another react here. We're also giving them the opening of being able to play their own macho, and I haven't been tracking that. It's been a 3 cost and with lots. Yeah, the fault line actually, because of the civic step synergy, I'm kind of into it. Let's see. So do they lose a life or no? No, they don't because they have an equipment still. Yeah, so they can't motto anyway because they don't have a resource. cards. Have to give them the steps. And now I believe we are losing. Yeah, they have fruits here. Oh, we won. Okay, cool. I almost conceded. Okay, edits. Let's see. Looking at here, we gotta look at the rune blades, right? These are pretty popular. So rune blade would be... Sorry, not the maybe board. Rune blade, this would go to inventory. Go up. Probably. Arcane polarity. Cutting. What? Maybe it's not correct to cut any of these. Like disable. I'm not super into disable in mirror. I think you don't cut Clash of Heads. I don't know. Very interesting. I kind of like the idea of playing the Zealous Belting, though, for real. Let's do it. Let's add it. All this. On a Rev 1, be easy. It's another one. Bow show. Flattering show. Yeah, I'm happy with the equipment, I think, besides this stuff, right? I think there is merit to potentially keeping one of these over the boots. It just might be memory from CC of playing this, because your other equipment is in general better, but like it might be better to keep the block 3 versus the block 1 or 2. Is the downside outweighed? It might be. I'm willing to try it. For science. I like the Zealous. Zealous is a good idea. Okay, so going back, aggro deck, still think this is right. Guardian. As you saw, being a little aggressive is probably correct. Yeah, I just do. I should still have that hat. I didn't mean to maybe port it. Okay, aggro, Guardian, looks good. We do want this. I think it's actually fine cutting this. This card was like actually very difficult to play at certain stages. So now we're running into the situation of we get too many good cards. Oh, this is fine. Okay, Rune Blade. Already figured that out pretty much. Maybe keep the block card over the boulder drop. And here, this makes me happy. Right here, I get to cut this. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's pretty clean. All right. Trial number 2. How many block cards? Can't get behind it. Dingy, huh? Just on this. Can't defend by cards from hand. Okay. So yeah, we just play all of that. Don't want any of these. Not being able to defend from hand with these cards is kind of annoying, right? Okay, let's try it. I haven't played against Benji in years. Actual factual years. I can't block that. So also can't block that. Don't really have like a need block there. Like with my equipment. So I'll put that on top. I can play it eventually anyway. Start the game at 16, seems good. So this is the only thing that like realistically makes sense to play. But we could also arsenal that. It turns out to be a little bit better. A little bit later. Overpitch. Getting a card out of them, we knew was going to happen anyway because I guess they could like full send the entire armor suite and not have to give up a card. They're going to full send it anyway. Alright, fair enough. I don't particularly like arsenaling that card. I think it's pretty cheeks, but it's fine. We can pretty much use this hand. Almost. It's like one blue short of being able to like send the whole shebang. Let's see if we get punished for not blocking this. I'm just gonna start blocking a little bit, I suppose. I don't know. Civic Duty is kind of a banger against the TheCardGuyz. Oh, I can block this? No way. Sick. I feel pretty good about that turn sequence. Wasn't bad. I'm gonna send 8 dominate. Nice. Oh, it's Scar. Yeah, we get to block with a card from hand. I'm super into it. Block with this. Or 2. Forgot about the Benji text. Yeah, that's a big number. It's a big number. Guess I'll go ahead and block with the Blade Beckoner. That way I can block the Kadachi next turn. Giving them a token means they can't lead off with that, which is pretty sweet. Do the Arsenal this. Still got a ton of health because of the armor as well. It's pretty nice. I think Malta in Silver Age. Being at 21 life is pretty good, right? Pretty good. There's just like not a lot of ways to make a ton of surges. Like, sure, you get the heave guys, right? I think Bravo kind of outclasses her because it allows you to play this like every 2 turns you get to do something big generally. That being said, I still just pretty much any Guardian in this format seems to be pretty solid, right? I can actually break this, use this, play that. Yeah. Let's do that. That's awesome. Civic Duty actually, like, backbreaking them is kind of funny. No! Never mind. Silly me. Hell is this? Okay, well, no edge of bottom. It's just more damage. There wasn't much I can do against that anyway. I guess I should have been thinking about Wizard Reflex. But we're about to clap. It's going to be awesome. And they're going to want to attack with this Harmonized Kodachi. If they don't, then, like, whatever. $11. It's probably good enough. Sweet. I'm into it. Deck's fun. Oh. Deck's fun and good. What a combination. You can get a cough drop. All right, I'm back. Let's see what other Silver Age decks have been releasing. Just out of curiosity. While we're waiting on that. Stop. Silver Age, Chain, Briars, the Rune Blades makes sense. Ira, obviously, very, very good. Oldhim, Briar. That's it. That's all we see, right? I'm doing well. I think Fab Blazing probably has some data that we can look at too. Was that the first Silver Age event? I guess it wasn't legal beforehand. Fab Blazing data. Okay, Silver Age. Let's see. So we got Chain 55. Let's change it based on win rate. So Ira. Benji's really good right now too, huh? Olympia, what a banger. Belling of the Swing. Belling Swing. Sirens. Billblade. Battlefront. Sharpen. Okay, so that means they are a Decimator build. Decimator Fatigue. Oldhim good. Bravo good. All this kind of makes sense, right? Okay. Seems good. The Glib. Bravo time. Alright, guard again. Let's try it out. Borvo. Let's see if these what the hello? Check this out. Check this guy out. This guy's a gamer. I'm gonna block with my blues. Nimbles of Rabble. Dude, his deck's sick. That's fucking awesome. Yeah, let's just overpitch. Nope, sorry. Hold on. Don't do. Well, I guess I could play that ability. Ability's not bad. Yeah. Why not? Short. Hold on. What card was that? Short shrift. 4 more damage they discard card. Holy moly. Dude, his deck is sick. That's awesome. I'm just gonna use unmovable and do the bulger thing, right? One thing to keep in mind is with the Richter skill and this, I can actually do like a 1-card combo. Pretty cool. Performance bonus captain's call, man. The deck. Men. There's so many like fun random things that happens to Silver Age. It feels like old Blitz, like for real. And old Blitz was the GOAT. I'm talking like 2022 Blitz, 21 Blitz. Bruh. Peak content. Did I win the Clash? No, not again. What are they? Build Staunch? Damn. This is actually kind of a banger band, though. Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna make a secret. I don't care enough. Bruh. Chill out. I'll take 4. D-Rex are not looking too hot, are they? Just gonna play this. Arsenal this, play this with that. Big Nimby. Big Nimby. Biggest Nimby. Insane. Alright, so 7. Off of this, I'm playing this. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Looks like math to me. What am I blocking? A lot? Maybe I should just full kick staunch this. Just block it out. Man, incredible. 9. We started playing Blitz, I already felt like beam format. At which point was it good and what changed? What changed is that the power creep in the game made Blitz way too fast and not fun. In my opinion. Old strike. Dude, I'm about to get fucking razored again. The good stuff was like Tales of Aria when that came out, I had a blast with that. It was that Blitz format was really cool. You had like all the traditional decks. Bravo Showstopper was really good. Just young Bravo. Sorry, thinking here. So it already has go again. I'm willing to block here. If I get razored, I don't think I'm going to get razored. Because it already has go again, right? Not that big a deal. I just don't want them getting like the extra gold for the extra draw and the value. Outed. That one I will allow. What is this? Promise of Plenty, okay. This is each hero who doesn't have a card in their arsenal puts the top card of the deck into their arsenal. Okay. I don't really want that to happen. I have block cards and stuff. But yeah, Tales of Aria format was like really cool. And whatever came out after Tales of Aria, I think it was like Fi came out, Stubbies was like crazy, and then like I think it was Everfest. Whatever format or set that Revel and Runeblood came out, it just broke Viscerai in half, and it was like not fun at all. This is a hell of a hand. Bro, chill. You think we can get away with it if we don't block? Alright, fuck it. Give it to me. Draw you a card. I'll allow it. But yeah, basically when I started the game, Blitz was really, really fun. And it was like right before Tales of Aria came out. And a little bit after that too. Our local format was just like really neat. Ooh, we drawing. Ooh, we drawing. Uh-oh. Well, I have to pick that. Unfortunate for me. Alright, don't attack me with something else. It's gonna be hammer. Snatch! Well, shit. I can't do anything about that. I don't want him to draw a card. Not very good for me. But I need to send it. I guess they can draw some crappy card. Here, take a card. That's all yours. Zala's belting killed me. I just need them to give me 3 cards. I think is like pretty likely, right? See? That. We did it. Oh. This could lose the game on the spot. Let's see. Wait, how's that card work? Oh, it's not a guardian attack. Alright, fair enough. I mean, I really don't even want to play this. This is fine. It might have been worth actually just arsenaling that. Oh. Good game. I was like, what happened? How did we win? This format's silly. In a good way. In a good way. So against like GG. It's yeah, very, very funny. Like just random did we get there. My deck was definitely more clash dense than theirs. Hey, talking about Volta, somebody mentioned it. Alright, doing the same thing. That's what we had before. I think this is solid. Should have swung hammer to see if you underblock, then play the instant aura and buff. That's true. That's 100% true. That is definitely the better line. I wasn't thinking about it. Yeah, so this is like their only real like surge generation, right? So Zealous Belting and the other hat as well is a reasonable combo. Get extra intellect. So maybe Zealous Belting isn't the move. And the upside to this too is like this one doesn't have crush. So if they end up wanting to play that, it's like kind of whatever. So they end up playing that for sure. Yep. So block here and here. How many crash and bash do we have? We have one more. So I think I'm okay blocking with this. It's because we have classic chest in our deck. I don't want it to lose the resources. The question is like, which one do we arsenal? I think I'm willing to arsenal that, but we don't reveal anything here. We're not playing anything. Yeah, it's definitely better to hold it for a reaction step. Talking about that the aura. Yeah, these cards are really good too. No reason to play Balda. Yep. Really? Wow. Okay. $11. Or sorry, 9. Math is hard. 9's still pretty good. Pretty good. They decided to give me civic steps. They'll probably give me peak, actually. No, they won't give me peak because they won't have their edge just yet. I'll probably get peak next turn. I'm like trying to figure out why they're surging now. Yeah, okay, I can peak, sure. Sign me up. Okay. Sounds good. I'm gonna arsenal the 2 block for obvious reasons. No. This isn't dominated though, so that's nice. So mid. So mid. I probably need this, actually. Huh. I want to replace this, get no value out of Zealous. But Zealous building has not looked good. In most scenarios. It's very funny. So, I think we end up just blocking here. And that's it. Yeah, alright. Whatever, take 5. Because I want to put this in Arsenal. Aha! 5. Here's my 3-card 5. So unfortunate. I guess I don't have the blue base to really support this card. As much as I want it to be good. I'm about to start, like, delving into potentially what to do. Joke's on you. I'm passing the turn. I'm gonna keep that Quicken token for a rainy day. Alright, so this is 8. Man. I mean, it's probably Pummel. I feel like it has to be. How do I play around this Pummel optimally? That's the question. I mean, the answer is this, because I can full cover it when it goes to 16. Damn. I'm gonna let this crush. Just let it happen. Now we know there's a Pummel. It's kind of mid. I could have like laid down a hand too. I think that is actually reasonable. And then use the rare skill, but not that good. Eh. I don't really want to use that yet. Give me the card, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, for 8. So this is an easy 8, right? So it's too bad that this isn't going to be coming in for a whole lot. Could Clash of Heads as well. Then come in for 6. Keep this. I think it's probably better. Hold out. Just block it like that. And we did make him lose a life. value. Hmm. Are we fatiguing them? I guess technically. It's not the intention, but it's kind of happening. Are all of our zealous buildings gone? Those things are killing us. Yes. Okay. Lord. Drawing crowds, are we? Okay, this is pretty simple. So I get to do this, and then I can do the combat trick. It's pretty hot, like that. Yeah, that's right. That's the best I got. That's all I got, buddy. So it gets +3, +5. That's like insane value. Now Scramper is pretty good. That's one that I would consider playing too. Well, now my Staunt is not very good, is it? Oh, it's not dominated. Well then. So Staunch, block, that's 14. Get to replace Staunch. Sure. Yeah, I am gonna use the Richter scale here just because I have the edge coming up the following turn. Oh, really gonna be any value though, unfortunately. Like if this was a red disable, we'd be cooking. Oh, but we board those out, so never mind. So I gotta think about that pummel too. Been sitting on an arsenal forever. That's very annoying. Well, we don't have an arsenal anymore. Okay, so guess we can just do the thing again. It's kind of fun. We could also play Aftershock off of 2 blues. Like something like that. Block with the gauntlets too. Just refresh our surge, because why not? We will have no access to D-reacts anymore, so this turn could be absolute death. Will require them to give at least one card, though, so there's a little bit of benefit. So they can't do like absolutely ridiculous things. We get to survive next turn, like almost assuredly, unless they draw Pummel. Okay, we get 2 cards. Like that. Okay, losing all abilities is not as scary. So, going to 1 is scary, though. They're at 4. If I attack with this, they're likely to give 2 cards. So I think it's not terrible to block with the Civet Steps here. And now I can play this Arsenal, the Debilitate. Oh. Interesting. Okay, well. Guess we're recycling the Surge until next turn. Forgot that's how that worked. No, it hasn't been addressed yet, but you just Bravo to get Amethyst. So you can. You can. I've been forgetting about it, though. So. The hell are they blocking? But they're blocking Gods and Civic Steps? No. Shield. Shield. Okay. Going to 3. Okay, Aftershock for 8 means that I can block here, here, here. And then when they attack with the fist, or this is Pummel. Pummel. I can't play around the Pummel anyway, so it is what it is. But now we're at a stage where they have to give us cards every turn. It's good for us. Block cards work still too, obviously. Renounce Grandeur is pretty hot at a 7. But I'm going to send a 7 back. So that means 3 cards. All they have to do is Heighten's Fist. Ten to 10. Same deck parity. To keep this card because it works with the hero power a little bit easier. This card is like pretty much unplayable at this point, so now they have to give us 2 cards. They will have the potential Arsenal, so the Arsenal D-react that can stop this, but we're set up for next turn. So. Oh yeah, we're super good. Yeah, so we just have to staunch it. Alright, sick. Another win! Okay, so... Oh, cards. I actually think Renounce Grandeur is reasonable. This card's reasonable too, right? Crush Confidence. I'm kind of like into the idea of a rarely like toolkit board, like having maybe like a Crush the Week, Announce Grandeur. This card has been kind of hit or miss, as much as I love this card. Boulder Drop is obviously pretty insane. Up like a couple of these, see what that looks like. Okay, against aggro. Let's go back. I think this might actually be a maybe card. Then Renounce. Where's Renounce? Under the R. There. So depending on which aggro deck we're playing against, we can choose like the best option between these. Against Guardian, we just get to play Crush Confidence is pretty good, right? And I like the yellow Boulder Drop. Against Runeblade, generally it's going to be probably Renounce Grandeur and sometimes Crush Confidence, but get behind that. The yellow Boulder Drop is kind of like being boarded out a lot for me, though. So maybe that's not what we want. Oh no, it's been okay. Yeah, I already read that. Let's try this. I like this. I like the idea of having a bunch of random one-ups. Like sideboarding easier. So Ellie. Alright, so here. I'm gonna be very D-React centric. Having the Boulder Drops in here is fine. I actually think I want more potential damage from the deck. So that being the case, I would rather have it disable, even though they are on D-Reacts. Just don't have extra utility for that. Boulder Drop versus Fault Line. Maybe Boulder Drop isn't crazy. The Fault Line is just like better text sometimes. Get rid of a card from hand. I don't know. Let's try it. To send this because generally these matchups go to some fatigue, so I can get a few cards out of their deck. Pretty good. Got a lot of cards out. Personal bats. Could take a little bit of damage here to send this Chokeslam Arsenal this. Also, Act of Glory, potential later. So we'll give that. I'll go ahead and give some of the armor too. Because these are the ones that we have the clashes on. Way I don't just like lose the value. Okay, that means D reacts. Timber. Used. Okay. I don't think revealing really makes a difference. I'll show them to them anyway. We'll get a -1 on their civic duty. Pretty cool. Sick. This is not very good for us. Okay. No issues. I mean, it probably makes the most sense to arsenal this. So if I staunch, I can still do this. Left without an arsenal. Ooh, we got damage. First blood. Yeah, I'm pretty willing to take some damage here. Just because I have a good follow-up. We'll thinking kind of 2 turns ahead. So I do this, play this, then arsenal this, follow up turn. Play this, arsenal some, attack. And then after that, just go bananas. So. Okay, that is some attack. So. So this comes in for 8. Only need 2 blues to do this. $14. No downside. They take 9. Big damage, big damage. Towering Titan could be anger. I don't think it's possible though. I think there is merit to actually just playing this out. I think it might leak a little bit. It'll at least eat a E-React potentially too. Let's go ahead and use it. Okay, well, let's give him full value, huh? Okay, kicked staunch. Not kicked staunch. Take a little bit of damage here, and I'll do the edge of their trick. Alright, so the math is I can do this and this. Alright, 17 should be enough, right? Sick. Really want to play against fatigue again. Sorry, brother. Play against something new. Alright, undefeated, right? Not bad. Oh, Reinhardt, this is sick. Good luck, have fun. What do you do against Reinhardt? I think all of this makes sense, right? D-Rex, not very good. Block cards are also not very good. I like Crush Confidence. I'm gonna block cards. I keep them, they're fine, right? Let's try it. I think I'm just gonna play this and pass. Arsenal label. What is this hat? If you beat this, you may pay 1, destroy this, you do draw a card. Alright, hit one of my blues. Ah, unfortunate. Wow. A lot of resources. Oh, I'm fucked. Oh, I'm super proofed. Let me keep that one. No! That's a lot of damage. Alright, there you go, buddy. That was kind of cool. Whoa. That's correct. Sure, I guess. We got the armor. I will not arsenal. What a tell. Intimidate this. Yep, sigil. Good. Okay. Wow. Unfortunate, huh? Unfortunate indeed. Alright, so... block like that. Oh, nice. Just gonna hammer. Actually have an arsenal to do something. Oh, hold on. It actually matters. This is like actually big damage. Crush effect is very hard for them to deal with. Thank God for Talishar. I would have missed that in paper. Absolutely. Yeah, we got the whole thing. And we're stuck IPing ourselves. We have 7, so we can't quite. Why is that? Discard a card, then draw a card. Okay. Yeah. If it hits this crash and bash again, I'm gonna be super sad. Okay. Woo. Thank you. Alright. Feel a little bit better. Sure. You can see what I'm about to smack you with. Always tempted to sideboard out red block cards into right. Yeah. But it's kind of like hit the button. There's not much that I can sideboard out though. Like, what else am I gonna play? I guess I could play Crush the Weak and Crush Confidence and Renounce Grandeur, and it's like probably okay enough. Fortunate thing about this situation is I don't really care about anything they do. So I can just block and play whatever. So just attack with the hammer. Pretty behind. That like 17 damage turn was just a lot. A lot to deal with, or 16 or whatever it was. And now they get the beaten trackers. Man. Getting my red again. Savage. I'll block like this. Try to create as many hands that work if they intimidate random stuff. Yeah. I agree. Oh my god. Alright. right, fair enough. Can I survive? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. We dead. We big dead. Maybe the D-reacts are correct. Because they just like pump a lot. I could see that. I could see that. It's like not a intuitive thing. Those D-reacts are like uber bad most of the time. So like these block cards are just absolute piss into them, the majority of it. So like I do like that. That card is very good. We have 5 more. We played these. The yellows are fine. So there's like an argument to maybe playing this. There's also an argument to playing like one of that evasive leap. I think this card is a reasonable thing to consider instead of like something random here. Just evasive leap isn't really good against anything else though. It's the only problem. Yeah. Whatever. Alright, let's add the loss to the tally. See if we can get one more like interesting game. Yeah. Interesting. I think they're tall most of the time, right? Because they play probably Shiver or something. So I think that D-reacts. Okay, never mind. This is Decimator, right? So like the block cards are pretty bad. I think the D-reacts are actually like okay enough. Like even though they only block a little bit, it's still like just one card for one attack, which isn't like the worst. I want Anathos though. I think I'm okay with Richter's Scale as well. I don't know how this is supposed to go. So, fortunately, I can't just play the Macho. I can overpitch for Anathos just to get a little bit out. I tested, but thought about running Test of Iron Grip in the Blitz version of this hero. Yeah. I like it. I'll get better than Pummel. I mean, they have a D-react. No, I'm shunted. It's big. Oh, that's big. Big number. This card sucks. I think we're better off doing this. Take 2. The Guardwell is kind of cute into them with this, though. Yeah. This is block 8. kind of spicy. Do some quick math. So we got 4 if we Richter scale. God damn, chill out, bro. Fuck. No, I'll give some armor. Give me some options in a little bit. Don't want to give civic steps. So I take 5 down to 12. Kind of sussy. Yeah, go ahead and play it out. It's only leaking 1, but setting up for a bigger turn later. Rating onslaught, okay. To be honest, wasn't expecting that. I'm just like, I think I need to Richter skill next turn. I think that's like my only real option. Could hammer. Could do this and hammer. Yeah, I think that's fine. Richter scale doesn't really do a whole lot, so... It helps a 3 red hand, but the likelihood of that happening isn't super high. You've already seen a triple red just now, so... Okay. Okay, this worked as intended. I'm gonna go ahead and get the civics value step. Civic step value. You know what I mean. Does they have another one in Arsenal? Nope. Okay. Fine with me. Chipping away, chipping away. Let's go for his car. Scars on 2. So I think Civics is fine here. Trying to think, like, I could play this here. But I think what I'm going to end up doing is blocking here and here. Pulling this. Then I'll play this here on my turn. Then I'm willing to take an off turn for the Richter scale to potentially set up for another big edge. I'm finding success running the low cost attacks source generating blocks, which is consistently disrupted attacks every turn. Yep, I can see that. That's what the Mariano deck was doing. It looked like. Yeah, so here's the situation that I'm talking about. So I can now Arsenal this. I can block this. And then staunch. And that way I have a really big play with the gauntlets the follow-up turn. So I block this. That'll put that to 2, and then I can staunch. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. Let me block with this one. This one has no text. Sure, they can Iron Song, but like, whatever. Overpower's good too. Forgot about that card. I could just die here. That'd be crazy. Okay, oh, I got lucky. This is nice. Matchup feels pretty tough. I'd really like to see this hero in CC. It could be really cool. Okay. We have to give 2 cards no matter what here. How many shunts have they played? 1, 2. Isn't sorted. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. They likely are playing all of them. Push a little bit more. Feel like we need a 4 for 8 that turns off their weapons on Crush. Call it Disarm. Disarm was printed in Super Slam. Does it do that? Doubt it. Feel like I would have heard it. Disarm. This is attack. Super defending heroes 6. This defensive has 6 more. Then hero puts a card from their hand on the bottom of their deck. Yeah, yeah. Cool card. Alright, jump for 5, they take 4. Okay, so they only have 1 more shunt left. I think I have to attack with the hammer. Just to, like, try to get a card from them. Because they still have some, like, really banger cards. I should have blocked the whole thing. Alright, well played. Let's see. Yeah, they would have had a good follow-up turn as well. Even if we Arsenal, they go felling into big damage. I have to give the entire hand. Next turn after that is another felling turn plus Iron Song. So that is 5. Or no, they can double felling, right? Because they felling first one, Arsenal that one. And then felling for 14, then I auto die. So yeah, there was nothing to do. Good game. I think there's a chance. There's a chance. This deck feels really good. I think some iteration of this is likely correct. Cards I'm not like super sold on. I'm very sold on this card. This card is insane. Like all of these make sense. I'm not sold on that. You have to have blues. Your blues don't are like pretty important. And then some number of these, right? So Boulder Drop Dominate 8 is obviously very strong, so it might just be worth playing this card anyway. I mean, for fatigue matchups, you could play a Pummel, and it does fit in the slots. I don't hate that. That's in your maybe. I like the number of block cards. I think that feels good. And the number of D-reacts also feels pretty good. So then the remainder comes in as, do we want Renounce or the extra Boulder Drop? Then the equipment suite could be altered slightly as well. So like against aggro, just play Crash and Bash and then insert something that you want here. That feels pretty good. Against Brutes, Boulder Drop, Crush Confidence, even a Pummel would be pretty strong too. Which means that you could get rid of this. Play Pummel, play... Two of these is fine. Guardian matchup, Pummel. The math works out. Broomblade. Let's play that. Against Wizard. Take this out. And we have Steps, that, and Richter. Probably good. Pummel, Boulder, Yellow. Take out one yellow. Yeah. I like this. Didn't have a Pummel, no. But we're on Pummel now. You can see that. Like one Pummel feels pretty decent. Like, I don't want it into the aggro matchups, really. Against some of them, I might be willing to do that. But yeah, against like the silly fatigue decks, like you play against Olympia. Find Olympia, where are you? Oh. Olympia. So like, honestly, the hammer was kind of whatever, right? So maybe it is correct to do that. And then I don't like these block cards very much, as we found. I do like the D-Reacts because they are playing some kind of like Bowlander style thing. Like just value. And then just play these attacks and call it a day. Yeah. Yeah, the ratios look really good. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of this. It's like against Ira or Ninja in general. And calls Ninja. Something like that. Other matchups are we missing? Ranger? Ranger, like. I think the block cards are pretty decent, depending on which Ranger you play against. Like, I think most of the D-Reacts are pretty strong. Ball line is obviously pretty good. The rest of these are not great. Like Crash and Bash is probably not super necessary. I don't know how good Illusionist is in this format either. I haven't played against one. But I feel like we do pretty well. In theory. Just play your Popper. Is he playing like one more and then cutting something like that? Keeping the Crash and Bash for the if I were to go to an event tomorrow, this is probably what I would play. Sounds good. How much does a Bravo Flattering Showman cost? That's what I need to know. TCG player. I was looking up Arachne Marvels because one of my buddies was like, I'll sell you one. I'll sell you one. I didn't know what the price was. Bravo Flattering Showman. Look at this. Only $1. From deck Bravo. One of these foil. This one foil. Nope. What about this one? Nope. Silver Age Chapter 1. I have no idea. Somebody tell me one of them's foil. None of these on here are foil. Alright. That's all I got. Played a good number of games, won the majority of them. Learned a little bit more about the format. Feel pretty good. I think I like Bravo the most out of the Guardians we played. We played like pretty much every Guardian. A lot of different lists. So like Bravo, Oldham, Terra, lots of Worlds decks. Lyeth. This Lyeth deck is super fun. I've also played a Pleiades deck. Betsy, Victor, Silver Age 1 probably is like the Blitz decks. Gotcha. Yeah, makes sense. I can see that. Somebody earlier was talking about having like a foil Bravo, so maybe it was like some armory pack or whatever. And it's like a promo that you can get. I'm not overly concerned about it, but anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed hanging out and experiencing the new Bravo with me as I learn and kind of deck iterate a little bit. Deck's really cool. This card is very strong. If this was a CC hero, I'd be all over it. I'd have a blast. Absolute blast. So, anyway, we'll get back to next week. It just feels like a Silver Age type of time, you know? Like that's the fun thing to be doing in Fab at the moment, since we're kind of slowed down. I know there's a few tournaments and whatnot going around, like CC and whatnot. But I am not playing in any. It's the holidays. It's a good break. And this is my Fab time, just on the stream. So if you guys want to join me again for Fab time on the stream next week, it will be the same time. Same kind of deal. And if you guys have any suggestions or things that you want to see instead of Silver Age, Guardian things or whatever, just let me know and we'll make it happen. So either way, appreciate you guys joining me and, you know, being active in the chat and talking about different things, helping me learn. We'll see you next time. Bye.